Assalamualaikum teachers, welcome to HHS Online. In this video, we will talk about how to create online quizzes and how to have the grades automatically imported from your Google Forms into your Google Classrooms to be then released to your students. So all of the quizzes and all of the material as we discussed is going to be created in the resource class. So let's start. We will first ensure we're on the classwork tab. We will go to create quiz assignment, and as you see, the blank quiz is already here for us, as is grade importing. This means whenever a student completes their quiz and presses submit, it will automatically import into Google Classroom. Now you have to ensure that you don't add anything else, no link, no file, no YouTube video, because what happens then is that it will no longer automatically import the grades. So let's show you. I added this and automatically grade importing went off. I'll remove it and grade importing will turn on again. So if you want that convenience, please only have a blank quiz here and nothing else. Now we will click on blank quiz and I'll show you how to actually make the quiz. Now, as you know, in the resource classrooms, the material is being created, which is going to be used by multiple campuses. So please keep this in mind that students from multiple campuses will be filling out the same quiz. So we will first have some features, some questions to make sure we know where the student is and who will be correcting the answers. So we'll get name, we will get their campus. To make it easier, we will give them options. Which campus are you from? Okay. We will ask for their class and also for their section. So these 4 questions must be included: name, campus, class, and section. To then know, so the teacher knows exactly which student has filled it out. Then let's come to actual questions that we can include. So you have one of 2 question types. You will see your question types here. You have one of 2 question types you can pick to have your answers automatically graded. The first is the multiple choice option, and the second is the short answer option. Let's look at multiple choice. It's fairly easy. For example, my question is 2 plus 2. I will come up with my own options: 1, 3, 5, and 4. These are the options the students will see. And then I go to answer key and I'll pick the correct answer. So 4 is the correct answer. I'll pick that and I'll pick the number of points I want to assign to this question. So this question is worth 1 point. I will do that and I'll click on done. If I want the student to not be able to skip this question, I'll make it required. This way, the student will not be able to submit his quiz until and unless he attempts this question. You can keep all of the questions required. You should definitely keep these questions required: the name, campus, class, and section, just to make sure that the student doesn't miss this. We will now talk about the second question type, which is the short answer. In this, you will ask, for example, something similar, 5 plus 5, and you want them to be able to type out 10 over here. Now, when you put in your answer key, you will put in 10 as the correct answer, but you have to be mindful of the fact that is there any other answer that could be correct? For example, if a student typed out 10, that would also be technically correct. But if you had missed this option here, it would have been marked wrong. So try to think of all of the possible answers that a student can come up with. For example, if this was a question that had a unit involved and the answer was 10 centimeters, so you have to put centimeters like this, 10 centimeters with a space, 10 written out centimeters, and so on and so forth. You have to really think about all the options that a student can possibly type. And then you can mark all other answers as incorrect if you want. Again, I will assign points here. So that basically covers the two types of questions that you can have in the quiz that will be automatically graded. Of course, there are other types as well of questions, like you can have checkbox or paragraph form, but these will not be automatically graded. So we will make our lives easier and not go for them. Let's talk about the settings you should keep. So I'll show you that again. Settings is this gear icon right next to send. We click on this and we make sure we have turned on collect email addresses. This way, when a student fills out the form, they will also have to fill out their email address that has been provided to them by Happy Home School. It is okay to have this restricted to Happy Home users in Happy Home School because each student has been given an official HHS email address. You can limit to only one response, which means a student cannot submit multiple quizzes. You can only submit it once. And you don't want them to edit it after they submit, so I will not check this. So these are my general options. Now, if I go to presentation, it will show you, you can have it shuffle question order if you'd like. If I go to quizzes, you already see that it's already assigning point values. Now, this is up to you if you want your students to be able to see their grade immediately after they submit their quiz, or if you want them to wait. If there's a deadline you've given them that after this deadline you will receive your grade, then you can leave it on for later after manual review. This is completely up to you. Again, a respondent will be able to see missed questions if you want them to, correct answers, point values. So that is basically what settings you will need to keep, and you will save this. Now, if you notice here, it says all changes saved in Drive, which means Google Quiz or Google Forms is automatically saving it for you. You don't need to do the save. You don't need to save anything. So I will quickly put in my title here, and after it's saved, I will just close it. This has been done. As quiz, please attempt this quiz before the deadline, and I can assign it. This quiz is now available over here to then be reused in the actual classrooms. Now, once we don't have any students in this sample classroom, but when you put the grade in your classrooms, you will see how many students it's been assigned to and how many have turned them in. The students who it's been assigned to, this number means they have not yet turned it in. And as students turn it in, you can click on this, and then you can import grades over here on the right. So all of your students will show up over here. When you import grades, it will say, are you sure you want to import grades? And you will import them. And then all of the grades will show up here. You can continuously import them as students submit their quiz. And then when you finally have it finalized, you've gone through the answers, you've gone through their grades, you can then return them. Return the grades to the students, clicking this, and then the students will be able to see their grades. So that is the complete explanation of how to use Google Quizzes. I hope this makes things clearer. If there are any questions, of course, we're always here to answer. Thank you.